Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the shop. It is Saturday morning, it's around 10 o'clock. It's already 85 degrees. The dew point is 75 and the humidity is 74. Barometer is sitting right at 30. I thought I'd mention a barometer because it's right at 30.00. So it can go either way. There is some storms, but not really close to us. This is like an ornamental sword. Then we'll show you what we're making. And I ruined a hacksaw blade getting through it. I'm glad it was an old hacksaw blade. This is all I got given to me, was this part. It is some kind of spring steel. I'm not going to bend it too far because it'll probably snap. We're going to make another little digging tool for metal detecting. We've got our tape under it. It says not sharp knife edge, but that is sharp pointy. So we've got tape taped on there. Okay. Got a little carried away. We ended up sanding it. We got carried away with the propane torch. That's how hot I got that to get this out of here. Because that's how it was punched in here. And this was like their universal idea. It was already drilled for one of the other tools. If you don't remember, these are the Craftsman barbecue tools. Barbecued. Just like the one with the bolt. And all the other various tools I made. So this is the last handle. It's got some chips on it and stuff. So it's going to get abused. If you already got a hole to put your string when you're going metal detecting, you can hang it off your finger, your belt loop or something. Okay. What we did on this to make this wider is we took a drill bit. Don't do what I do. And we kept drilling in there with the side of the bit, and we'd kind of go in an angle. We'd kind of flex it. Cheap Harbor Freight. I do this every Sunday. Harbor Freight bits. Let me grab one of the cheap ones. I'm never prepared. These cheap things. Knocking stuff down there. And I actually had it flexing. You can flex these things in your hand. We almost broke through here. See that? That wasn't from drilling. That's when I shoved this in here for the first time. And really pushed on it and tapped it in there. We've been pounding it in and out. And we're going to go approximately an inch, whatever. I tend to get in a hurry on my regular videos. This one I can go a little slower. About an inch and a half. It'll go in all the way up to the mark. What we want to do is, we know what it's like putting epoxy on stuff. You get it on there, it's slopping, you're in a hurry, and it's all over. And what we're going to do, we're going to put this in here first. Put something around it like some aluminum foil or maybe a piece of pop can, and we're going to mix up some epoxy. It's pretty runny when it's this hot out, and let it run down in there, and then we'll clean the mess up later. So we won't even worry about getting any on here. This tool is going to be scratched up, and if I scratch it with a knife, putty knife, get it off, we're not going to worry about that. So that's how we're going to put that in there to keep it in there. Get my camera up a little higher. I tend to get too close when I'm working on stuff. I could probably be up this far. Let me know if I'm too close on some of my projects. And I like getting right up there and show you what I'm doing. You know, usually I'm way down there like this. And this table's only like 6 inches from the lens. We got on our ruler. This adds an inch to this line. Our lens is probably about 4 inches up from the edge of the table. So we do a lot of stuff that way. Of course, I do a lot of small stuff. That way people can actually see the detail. And I look through the viewfinder. I'm looking through it right now, which is a bad habit. So enough yakking about that and the weather. Let's get this done and then we'll go on. I'm going to make sure to show you that giant incense I bought, I mentioned the other day, that keeps away the mosquitoes. We got at the fireworks store. So stay tuned. We'll get this in here. We'll pour some epoxy in there. We'll bring you back and you'll be able to see if it's soaking down in there. So stay tuned. Okay, while our epoxy's curing, we'll show you this giant. This is 5 foot long. I might have said 4. I'll show you the label. I don't know if I'll take a picture because it's obvious if you just stop there. Incense. Okay. And we'll come down here where it's this stuff's stinky. About 1.25" diameter, just a hair under 1.25". What I've been doing is I'll saw a hunk off about, say about 4 or 5 inches, and then I'll chop a little bit because there's bamboo in there, and then I'll chop a little bit off so I can put in a big pair of vice grips. I had a picture where I showed a few years back, and I got a big metal plate serving tray, so I'll put that outside on my table out there or set it somewhere, and it'll keep the mosquitoes away. The closer I get it to the door, the better. They won't want to come in the shed. But this stuff really stinks, this flavor. There was that and sage is all they had. And the sage kind of smells like sage, like you're burning weeds, grass. It wasn't as effective. I burned in the mosquitoes kind of just kept coming around. It didn't have as much smoke. But this stuff is nasty. They won't come around you. This is what I used a few summers ago. My longtime subscribers probably remember this stuff. Tell you what, you get this smell on your hands and you're going to smell it all day long, even if you wash your hands. You can see the hint of the bamboo in there. Let me cut this open. See that? Got a bamboo stick in the middle. So, like I said, I'll saw it off. I'll chunk some back so I can get a hold with my big pair of vice grips and stand it up. Kind of at an angle. You can have it straight up and down, but oh, you can only smell it. But I've tried citronella candles. I've tried a lot of stuff. This stuff works. Here, we'll go through the camera here. Because of the cap on each end. They let me find some caps. Some of them didn't have caps on it. And I like to keep it so I can pull it out of here. We'll run her through the camera once so you can see how long this is. Here we go. Hang on. You're going for a ride. The sticker's about in the middle. Oh boy. That's a hunk of incense now. It's great for keeping the mosquitoes away. I don't promote any products. I do not get paid. I had to pay for this. They're $10 a piece. They're 10 bucks a piece and I bought 2. So, no, I don't get paid for promoting that. I wouldn't do it anyway. If somebody gave me a tool, I would show it on my channel, but I wouldn't want to do it like a review or anything. I don't do that stuff. I just show what I find and like sharing it. So stay tuned. Let's go back to that digging tool thing I'm making. You could do this. Okay, you can see without the tape on it. Now this is thinner. It could break easier than the other part, but this already had the shape to it. This is a small digging tool. Letter opener. This is a playing card. And we'll peel this off. See where I've been peeling that epoxy back? And just take some acetone, fingernail polish remover, get the goo off, and wear some gloves. I wear my, well, they're the light blue. I've been wearing these. Might as well, it's Sunday to shop. We can ramble on. These are the last pair I have of the real heavy duty ones. The darker ones. They're not that light blue ones. I've been using these for buffing and then reusing them. Because that buffing compound's nasty stuff. Boy, that's just like getting that black graphite grease on you. Okay, let's peel this off here. So we do it on camera. We're not going to have a whole lot in the video this week. But just a piece of playing cards, see that? And I'll trim this back. So we'll let that cure and I'll trim that back. I'll be out here later when it's cured a little more. Before I finish all my video stuff. It'll probably be tonight. I've done it on projects. I mean, I post it later on. And then I might just go ahead and I've been posting them on Saturday night just to get it done. Instead of waking up Sunday morning to do it or staying up late to do it. But that it's up above the level a little bit. Here, get in view here. I'm going to show you my tripod, how I modify it before I leave. That'll be the last thing on this video. They don't have this, I think I showed, they don't have this in this pump bottle anymore. But I bought another bottle, which was probably 10 ounces for $1.50. I probably said that before. So, the camera's doing weird things. It's doing a little pixelation. Battery symbol ain't on, but it's doing some weird stuff when I was showing them letters. Maybe it's just getting old. Anyway. Yeah, we'll have some nice pictures this one, once we get this mess cleaned up. So, hang in there. We'll take the camera off the tripod and show you how we modified this thing. We butchered it up. We made it easier to use, because it's old anyway. Stay tuned. Okay, this first thing I did to this tripod, I took the crank thing out of it. Don't ask me how I got it out. I butchered it, I did whatever. This is that one I painted camouflage. Now I just slide this up and down and tighten the ring where I want it. It's a lot easier at my desk. Always banging on this crank. It was all stripping out and just, you know what that cheap stuff's like. Here was the next mod. Okay. This is your piece that goes this way. I sawed this off. Get back here. Nice handle for something, huh? Shifter for a goat cart or something. I don't throw anything away. If I don't lose it, it'll be thrown off in a junk drawer somewhere. All it takes is this much. I took the burrs off. All it takes is this much to tighten the camera. Of course, this is this piece that gets this level, which has never been right. It's always, you can force it, try to get it straight. It's never been right. And here is your back and forth there. I mean, it wasn't that expensive a tripod. It was probably only like $20-some, and that's probably when I first got on. That's when I know I got it right before I got on YouTube. So, I think it's probably 6-7 years old. 2012 when I got on YouTube. So, there you go. Don't be afraid to butcher this junk up, make it better, or make it more towards your use. So that's just your gear one on your rack. It's like a rack and pinion in a car. If you don't know how a rack and pinion in a car works, have you ever seen that rack with rubber boots or tie rods? Your steering column has a tooth on there, gear, and they will wear out. You wear a spot in your rack, and then your steering wheel wobbles in the middle. But if you turn your wheel a little ways, it'll feel better. Don't drive a car like that. We had a Subaru, and that thing got down to where it was getting dangerous. We had to buy another one. And it was not power steering, it was manual. So it'd be great for a dune buggy or a go-kart. Think of it, 85 Subaru, there's a tip for you. Non-power steering rack and pinion, even if you had to buy one new, if you had the money on a project, it's not a very big rack. And it was wearing out right in here. Okay, so the steering was loose, but when you got out here, it was a little bit tighter because it wore the rack more than the part from the steering column. There you go. Got some free mechanic advice there. Okay, that's it. We'll leave you some pictures of what we worked on today. And thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll have you come back and watch me next Sunday.